Hello, hello, everyone. Oh, why is my normal background music? That's weird. Very weird. Okay. Well, hello there. How is everybody? How is everyone on this fine Friday? For you guys, it's Friday morning. Shoulders already. Shoulders already. Goodness gracious. We just got here. But I hope everyone is doing good. Oh, God. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Today's Friday in California. I always forget about that. And like every so often, it's like literally like, I don't know, once every 6 months, I get reminded of the existence of that meme. You have work at 4 p.m.? Oh, man. Oh, goodness. That was kind of like what happened with me. Mando fun, 4 p.m. But you know what? It was good. It was good. I'm just tired. It was a long week, and I still have history homework to do. So, oh God, that's fun. That's fun. I think we are currently on the British colonies. Let me go look at what the assignment is. Since I know a lot of you guys are history buffs, you like hearing this stuff. Okay, so reflect on the ways in which social, racial, political, and religious conflict changed the 13th mainland British colonies from the period 1607 to 1750. In your answers, spend some time evaluating how these different conflicts might have made the 13 colonies different from Great Britain itself, and speculate on the connections between the divisions present in the colonies and the eventual war for independence in the 1770s. I'm laughing because, like, it says minimum 250 words, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm ready to write, 2,500 words. But yes, I'm currently on the British colonies portion of U.S. History 1. So this is pre, fight for freedom, pre-revolution, America. That's what we're doing. So yeah, I mean, you know, I do love me a history class. So that's always good. That's always great. I love it. I love it. I love it. Bright side, you'll get an A. I hope so. So professors, um like new professors especially, um scare me a little bit. Because I don't know how this one grades in particular. Um I did write a discussion post, and he answered one of my classmates, but he didn't answer me. So I've got a little bit in my head, and this is real stupid, by the way. I've got it a little bit in my head that, like, oh my god, what if it wasn't good enough and he's gonna give me a fucking F? Yeah. I used to hate history in middle school, then fell in love with history when I started to study what and how I wanted in high school. Hell yeah. I get that too. I get that too. Sometimes there are just some topics that I could not be fucking bothered, to be honest. Not necessarily with history. Just in general. If I'm not interested in the topic, it is really, really difficult for me to get, like, to lock the fuck in. And, like, um, you know, and here's the thing, is I'll still do good. Like, I'll still, manage to get an A, but I took a project management class as part of my major, and I wanted to rip my hair out. I genuinely did. Um because there's not one part of me that ever wants to be part of accounting, or any part of a fucking spreadsheet, or any part of PMOs and ordering and all that shit. Like, it just, no. No, I saw what my old project manager had to go through before I got this job, and I just I don't know how she maintained her sanity, to be completely honest. So PowerPoint confirmed. Oh, that reminds me. I got my group project back. We got 100. My partner locked in at the last minute. We did kick out one person from the group, not gonna lie. We kicked out one person because they just, like, didn't show up. But my one partner, he locked the fuck in at the last minute, and it was fucking fantastic. Um, he's in I was about to say Antarctica. He's in Alaska. um, so the time zones was really fucking killer, but we managed to do it. We got 100. We got really high marks from the professor. He said we used really high technical language, which he appreciated. So yeah, I'm very proud of that. British tax, America no. British more tax, America war. Boom. 1700 or 170 years of history explained. Exactly. I think you hit the nail on the head. Unfortunately, for me, this one has a bit more nuance. I have to go over racial, political, what else do we have in here? I literally just read it, but anyway, it's all good. I also have to respond to my my classmates and their posts on my last discussion I did. That's gonna be interesting, because some of them unfortunately use generative AI for their answers, which makes it very fucking difficult to respond to them, because sometimes generative it does not hit the nail on the head. It does not. So you have to like find a way to like instead of going actually you have to like gently correct it. And to be honest, if they're using generative AI, now I'm thinking about it, they're probably not even reading my response back to them, if I'm being completely honest. But yes, classic college homework. Yep. For this class though, it's like not quite an essay, but it is an essay at the end, week 4. So that's interesting. Very interesting. I'm at that point where I'm like, we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. If they were using Gen AI, I would be as brutal like professionally could be. Oh, so true. Yeah. Inkstick art, by the way, I saw your art of Nini with the towel this morning. I could not comment because I was on the bus and I was like about to get to work. But I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. So big shout out to that. I love seeing all of your guys's everybody's art, all the artists. Fill up my timeline, please. I absolutely love it. I would say like 75% of my following is like who I'm following is like, well, maybe not. Maybe it's more like 50 is like artists. Because I love it. I'm a big art fan because I cannot art. So glad I'm not in school as of right now, but at a point I shall have to return. I was talking about this with somebody. They were like, yeah, I didn't art or spicy. Oh, both. We love both in this house. We live both in this house. But I was actually talking about this with somebody. I was really hesitant to go back to school, I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't do great, and I think I talked about this. I was a stupid fuck, to put it bluntly. Like all throughout high school, and like I didn't do my homework. I fucked around. Like I really, really didn't do, what I should. So I was a little hesitant. I'm not gonna lie, when the GI Bill money came in, that really motivated me. It really motivated me. But what actually motivated me was when I got my first like A, because I had not gotten an A in I don't know, 3rd grade or some shit. And that was like I was so proud of myself. So fucking proud of myself. And so luckily I've been on the dean's list every single time. So I don't know what it was. I guess college, it clicks with me more than, high school. But yeah. Yep. glad people are liking the series. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, absolutely. Spart. That sounds like that sounds too close to shart. I'm sorry. I don't know that we can use Spart. I don't. What is a better? I don't. Maybe. I don't think there is. It's that. It sounds really close to. Oh no. The only thing I miss about school is being able to carry around a bat casually. What were you doing with a bat? I listen, I didn't grow up in like a bad area or nothing, but like you still could not carry around a bat at school. Were you on the baseball team? Or the, unless you're baseball and softball, we don't need to know. Oh. Oh gosh. All right. He's doing some secret underground, Zero Dark 30 with the bat in the fucking school hallways. He's like, don't worry about it. Secret shit. I think what will motivate me is getting better pay in my job when I get through the rest of my schooling after I get out of the military. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Are you able to do like TA or anything? I know for my command, this is like one of the biggest drawbacks of being on a carrier is it just like they kept moving the goalpost for TA. For those of you who don't know, TA is tuition assistance. So like when I first got there, you had to be on board for a year and fully qualified in rate. And we also could do NC PACE classes, which is where they would like fly a professor out. Great, cool. Then we got to the Middle East. Oh no, we can't fly professors out. Damn. I was ready to like knock out my gen eds on deployment just with NC PACE alone. But it wasn't safe. They couldn't fly anybody out, so kind of got screwed on that. Then they moved the goalposts and say 2 years on board, fully qualified with your warfare pin. Little E2 me is not anywhere near that. And then finally, I think the last one was 3 years on board, fully qualified in rate, plus primary and secondary warfare pin. So it just like, they kept moving the goalpost, and it was really fucking annoying. So fucking annoying. But yeah, I mean, I probably could have, like, cash flowed school a little bit, but it just like, I don't know. Even with like being active duty, I could have gotten grants, I could have gotten scholarships. It just, I don't know that I would have been able to do it. It's just, there's so much that was involved with being in the yards. So yeah, I have been looking into doing TA, but my schedule's a little hectic. I definitely would look into, so some schools that like my friends have gone to, WGU, SNHU, both are really good. University of Maryland has a global campus that's really good, and everybody who's active really, really likes them. There's also National University. They do a lot with active duty. And I think for the most part, those classes, like, it's like, for like all of those programs, they're like month-long classes, and I think they're like anywhere from 750 to 1,000. And they pay for your books if you're active duty. Given these were quotes that I got from like when the fuck was I in the yards? 2020, 2021. So, they probably, they might have, tuition might have gone up, but those are good programs to look at if you want any, or if you want any like, places to start. For me, it's having more than a year left on my end of service, then I'll be qualified in rate. Oh, gotcha. So in a nutshell, they wanted everything. Basically, yeah. And I feel like if I had even gotten everything, I had re-enlisted, like, they would have been like, oh, damn, you actually have to get your tertiary warfare pin as well. Which for me would have been surface warfare, information warfare, and then air warfare. Yeah, yeah. I got surface and information, and like I was beat. I was tired. I had done so many like sleepless nights studying that I was so tired, so tired. Oh goodness. But I did put in the server, if you guys get your warfare pin and you post it in the server, I will gift you a sub to the talent of your choice. Obviously, do not put any PII in there. Don't put any personal information in there. Block it out. Block it out. It's the honor system. Okay, it's the honor system. To kind of motivate my folks who are in the fleet, because I know that shit is fucking difficult, dude. I put in some major fucking hours into those programs. Yeah. Which also, speaking of which, I did float an idea on Twitter a while back. Talking about, because you guys really, really liked, for some reason, when I was talking about advanced persistent threats. We were going through all the hacker groups and stuff. And I said that if you guys wanted, I would do like study streams for certifications. Or just general IT stuff. So if you guys, have any ideas, or if there is something you want to learn, feel free to drop it in chat or messages to talents, however you feel comfortable, so I can kind of start building up those, those slideshows, or however, I think I'm going to do a slideshow, type thing, or PowerPoint. I'm going to eat the pin as soon as I get it, because the dumbass rules, they have to be able to even just work on the books. Oh god, yeah. The first time I did a pin, so I started my pin, I was an E1 on board, and then they changed all the programs to, you had to be an E5. So and they didn't fucking grandfather me in. So here I am with my IW books, because information warfare was the primary for ITs at the time, and it's like 75% filled out, and I was so fucking disappointed when they closed it and they wouldn't grandfather me in. They're like, oh, if you were like an E3, maybe we could have swung it. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid, dude. I did all this running around for what? I think the closest thing I have, that is my ARCOM from OIF back in the day. Nice. Hell yeah. I don't think my skill badge translates to spec warfare badge. Oh well. I'm gonna be honest. I am not well versed on the other branches as far as like their badges and stuff. I actually got a breakdown a little bit today of like the ranger process, and the difference between having a scroll and not having a scroll, because I had no idea what the fuck that was. I'm gonna be completely honest. So that was interesting, and that's because they are having the the tryouts for some sort of soft SOCOM type deal in Germany in 2 weeks, and if this person is able to get the badge, I guess, it affords him like 60 promotion points, or some fucking ridiculous amount of promotion points. So, and it obviously looks really good on the eval. So yeah, on my ship you have to be either E4 with 2 EP evals, or E5. Yes, that is what it was when I was leaving. I was the unfortunate motherfucker who had 2 EP evals as an E4. So I sat here, this is kind of shitbag sailorish. I sat here and I was like, I'm not going to do my pin. I'm getting out. You know, I'm getting out. I don't want to fucking, do anything. I have a year left. And my chief said, if you don't get it, I'm gonna put you on EMI, which I don't know if that's I don't know, legal, but we were on deployment, so extra military instruction for me would mean I would have to go to the ship every day from 1400 to 1600 every day that we were in port, And so that lit the fire under my ass. I signed the page 13 and I got on my fucking way. Oh my goodness, Zulu, thank you so much. Hell yeah. But yeah. Yep. It was not fucking fun. Oh, people went up to Captain's Mast for not getting it on my ship, which is wild. Really? I feel like they can't necessarily do that. Like, I always thought it was just kind of like if you don't have the pin, like, people just kind of look at you funny, like, why the fuck didn't you get it? I didn't think it was actually something that was, like, punishable. Yeah. I don't know, because, like, when I first got in, like, they couldn't punish you if you didn't have it, or if you didn't promote. In fact, at one point we had a 13-year first class who had no pin. Promoted. No pin. The entire time. Not a single fucking warfare pin. It was legendary, and then finally my chief cracked down on him, and he had to get his warfare pin, but they made people sign a page 13 saying they would get it. Oh. I mean, what would happen if you didn't sign the page 13? You know, an article in a certain time frame? Yeah. So that's called, I was the TPO, which is Training Petty Officer. That's called a POAM. I fucking hate POAMs. I hated giving POAMs. My chief, big fucking fan of POAMs. Holy shit. And then she would always want me to assign people, like, whatchamacallit, a in-rate qual, an out-of-rate qual, and a DC qual. Some of my sailors, I was like, they just need to get qualified in the fucking shop, chief. Respectfully, they need to learn their fucking job before they start going out-of-rate quals. But she wanted them to, like, get good, so by the time they were leaving the ship, they would be like a shoo-in for Combat Systems Officer of the Watch, or CSAW. For some of them, I would not trust them at all with CSAW. Fucking at all. I wouldn't trust them to hold the goddamn grease pencil. Absolutely not. But yeah. Oh god. I could rant about that shit all day. I know some of you guys are probably lost to shit. You're like, what the hell? But that was just a life. That was the life we lived. Oh goodness. That was like the not so fun part of the Navy. You know what I mean? The bullshit, the fuckery, if you will. But I did learn a lot. I did like the information warfare. I liked learning about that stuff. I'm already interested in that stuff. But yeah. Yeah, lost his shit. Sounds like some wizard school. Pins and scrolls. That's so fucking true. It sounds like fucking Hogwarts. Oh god, and the fires, I suppose. Did I tell that story already? Speaking of the art I posted, I either love CSAW on duty or hated them with all my heart. That is, you know, I get that. I get that. I was temp CSAW at night, so CSAW would shut down at 10 p.m. So 2200 roll around and they would transfer the phones with me. I had beef with DC Central, in particular the 3 a.m. watch. The reason being is in the CHT tanks. So for all of you who don't know, in the shit tanks where all the shit and piss goes, okay, there are sensors, and when those sensors get wet, they beep and they light up on the board, and they're really, you know, they don't stop alerting until they dry off. The problem is they take fucking 12 hours to dry off. So every morning at 3 a.m. this dude would fucking call me. I don't remember his rank. I don't even remember his name. But he would call me and he would say, hey, can you send an IC down with, you know, to go check for toxic toxic gas. I'm like, it's 3 a.m., homie. And no, it's because you guys didn't fucking empty those bitches soon enough. And so now they're wet and they haven't dried off and they're allergic. Without fucking fail. Without fucking fail. Every single duty day. It was, that was DC Central, 3 a.m. beef every single fucking time. Can't tell you the amount of acronyms the Navy has. Yeah, that too. I have some context on general military BS, but a lot of the naval stuff is eluding me. Sounds like a skill issue to me. Major fucking skill issue. You had one job. One job. It was to empty the fucking tanks. And the thing is like on the ship, there's like a big ass ICS panel, which is like industrial control system. Okay. It's used in the civilian sector and it shows you the tanks and how high the, you know, the level is. It shows you, it gives you a fucking visual, a picture. It's like, you know, it's an animated picture, but it's a picture nonetheless. So like if you are looking at this and you're like, hey, wow, that's a lot of CHT in the tank, it's probably gonna hit the sensors, you would think, ah, fuck, we should probably empty those. No. No. No, no, no. It just, you know, it do be like that sometimes. And then I would get the call at 3 a.m. But without fucking fail. Without fail. Yeah. But as for like the fire thing, I think I told you guys this. I had a radio that would catch fire behind my desk once every 2 weeks. It was old. It was from the Vietnam era. They were due to be replaced. The fucking whatchamacallit? There's like a filter in there. It's like a honeycomb filter. It kept catching on fire. And so it would fucking catch on fire. And sorry, there's someone who has a chainsaw. Homie, it's fucking 8:32 p.m. I'm sorry, guys. That caught me off guard. I was like, what the fuck? It's 8:32 p.m. and one of my neighbors is going at it with a fucking chainsaw. Outside. I don't even have my windows open. Like, I closed everything. It's that fucking loud. It was chainsawing at 8:33 p.m. Off topic, tomboy sailor being caught, very predicament as a pinup. I love pinup art. Love pinup art, so yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love seeing what you guys cook up when you commission artists and stuff. So please, by all means, please, go ahead. What the fuck? But anyway, okay. This shit would catch on fire. My sailors, I don't know what the fuck happened. They all went to shipboard firefighting. So they should have been, you know, they should have been good to go. These motherfuckers forgot how to use a goddamn fire bottle. Or fire extinguisher. Like, every single time. They'd look at me like a deer in headlights. I'm like, pull the fucking pin! Pull the fucking pin. Man, I remember being an armor and destroyer. We had a couch in the berthing, and I would occupy at night, and I would piss so many people off. Like, you have a rack and get to sleep all day. I have to be up every 4 hours. I think I'm allowed to have an ease of movement when I get up. Trying to get a rack every 4 hours in nightmare. True, true. Eve, so as a Navy vet, can I ask your opinion on something? I once read a story of an alternate history where Robert A. Heinlein literally argued that the Navy should be in charge of space travel so someone can police the spaceways properly. The story didn't particularly fascinate me, but I was always wanting to ask the Navy vet, you guys deal with ships at sea. Do you think the Navy should be in control of space travel? Or is NASA doing as is? No, that is definitely the Space Force. The reason I say that, the Navy already has so much shit going on, which is maritime travel. Adding adding space travel and shit, I don't know about that. I would rather keep that to the Space Force. they can they can go and have their Star Trek moment. You know, have fucking fun with that. Um, but for me, I could not. I I don't know. We've already got ships, we've got submarines, we've got like this chainsaw is really fucking with me. Seriously, who is chainsawing at fucking 8:35 at night? it's it's just so ridiculous. Anyway, um, but yeah, I definitely would I would err on the side that I think the Space Force should just keep that. Same thing with they own a lot of satellites too, which is nice because all branches own satellites, and it's really confusing sometimes. Because different branches, they'll like borrow each other's satellites. So like you could be talking to somebody in the army, and they'll literally ask you, "Hey, can you stop moving?" And you're like, "No, we're on a ship, dude. We can't fucking stop moving." True story. I think I told that last just chatting stream. Um, so there's like some nuances that like I don't understand about the Air Force, or I don't understand about the Army, and like you have to kind of figure it the fuck out. So yeah, I think the Space Force can handle that. They can have their Star Trek moment. But yeah, the documentary Stargate clearly shows space belongs to Air Force in tandem with the Navy at best. So all right, before the Space Force, we'll go into a little history. Before the Space Force, the Navy had something. The Navy has something called 10th Fleet. 10th Fleet is like cyber. It is anything in the air. It's anything, having to do with magic fucking skywaves. You know what I mean? So prior to the Space Force being a thing, you had this kind of, again, weird, you had this weird moment where like, some people own some things, other people owned another thing, and like there's like jurisdiction involved, and it always got, kind of crazy. Now they're like, okay, fuck it. The Space Force is just gonna own all of that shit. They're going to own all, not all, but they're going to take control of 10th Fleet. They're going to take main control of like cyber operations and satellite operations. And I think that's a good thing. Because, I may be a little biased because I'm in information warfare field, but I do think that we are moving towards like, a lot of more cyber warfare. So we do need to have clearer boundaries and roles and stuff. So yeah, the Space Force can deal with the xenomorphs. Good where I is. True. I met a lot of people in the Navy. Aliens, not one of them. And I don't think I want to. Yeah, I wouldn't trust our sailors with driving spacecraft when they can't drive a warship correctly. Looking at you, USS Fitz. Oh yeah. See, that is to me, the, driving the ship thing, that is a quality of life issue. Maybe not so, como se dice, human factors. That's what I'm looking for, because that's so the Navy now has a human factors team. What it was found out is that these sailors on the bridge were not getting enough sleep, whether it was through watches or they were, pulling double shifts due to low manning. So to me, that is supposed to be, we're supposed to take care of our sailors, so like shit like that doesn't happen. And unfortunately, there is still, because I'm not going to say that it's great or that, Navy Human Factors has, exponentially improved things, but we still have an issue with collisions and stuff like that because people are not getting the rest that they need. Think about it like you don't have a lot of sleep and you're about to drive a car. They usually say that, those are, it's like driving drunk. It's similar. It's similar, except now you have a multi-million, sometimes billion-dollar warship. And so, yeah, it's definitely scary. On a note of cyber warfare, without revealing anything, oh god. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Are the Navy heavily researching quantum computing? Because the promise that such computers could break cryptography as we know it, I don't know. That is unfortunately not my wheelhouse. I am, I was crypto, radio has a lot to do with crypto, but I don't want to fuck with I don't want to fuck with anything crypto anymore. If I'm being honest, if I'm being completely honest, the amount of red tape, it's scary. And I don't want to fuck with it anymore. I don't want to fuck with it. I want nothing to do with it. Even when in my cyber classes, whenever we go on topic of cryptography, I'm like, I want to wash my hands of this shit. Oh my god. Are you saying that Eve has a crypto coin? Oh god, no. No. We're not doing that. Now, you know what? We could do like a challenge coin. That's like an Eve coin, an Eve crypto coin, but I'm never making, no. 299 nautical knots ahead. Ram every little pirate in your path. Oh, wow. I wouldn't mess with the secret squirrel shit. Yeah. There was a time. And it is, cryptography and stuff like that, and especially the history behind it. Very interesting. But I'm good. I dealt with it enough. But yeah. I will say I found like a really good the old crypto film machines was called a KZ10 or Crazy 10. It's CZY TAC 10. And that's what you used to fill equipment with keys. I saw like a really good meme about that. What was it? I think it was on the Do You Con I get this this like meme page called Do Bro posted on my page posted on my feed because like my friends obviously like retweet that shit. But it was like, you drive me crazy, and it was like KC10. It was like supposed to be like one of those Valentine's type thing. An Eve 80 shoulder coin. Oh god. The only thing I know about cryptography is the Enigma machine. Oh my god, we talked about that a while back, but yes. Yep, that was early crypto. Yes. We could definitely talk to Kawa about a challenge coin. That would be sick. You found out something today. What'd you find out today? I remember watching the movie and reading about Alan Turing's approach to cracking Enigma and the first real computer of its type. It's fascinating stuff. Shame he was betrayed by the laws of his own government. We talked about that last Yap stream, which I'm so sorry. I did not upload the VOD, and the VOD expired. So our last study stream, unfortunately, is gone. I'm sorry about that. But I talked about the difference between white, black, and gray hat hackers. And I think one of the biggest things now is if you ever find an exploit, or you ever find something that could put people in danger, you can always report it to the IC3 forums, and that gets reported directly to usually FBI Cybercrime Division. But there are now a lot of ways to report stuff like that so that you don't get in trouble. There was a talk that I attended at DEF CON where a really prolific hacker and just like someone who I actually look up to called Renderman was talking about how he tried to report an exploit on a school district's website. And the school district, like, they had it in their HTML that you can access teachers' licenses. And when you access the teaching licenses, you got a hold of the teacher's social security number. So he reported it and then ended up getting fucking arrested for it. Because they're like, how would you know that unless you're trying to do something malicious? And he's like, I'm just listen, I'm gonna say it, but it's not what you think it is. A cracker. Literally cracking and hacking. He goes in and he just likes to find exploits. So yeah. He ended up getting arrested for that shit. And then I think he did spend some jail time. And then he ended up getting out. And then getting an award from the governor. I'll drop the link if you guys want to the talk, because I think it's a really good talk. I mean, we could also watch it if you guys want.
We shoot the new.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Here you go. You guys want that. But yeah. Have you heard of MacV SOC? No. Wait, what? What's that? A little off topic, but Eve, how are you feeling about the Navy getting an aircraft to replace the Super Hornets? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a ship girly all the way. I don't know a lot about aircraft. In fact, I did sign up for the air warfare books, and then so I don't know that I really have a really good, like, solid opinion for you, or, you know, one that you would, you know, really go, where I could, like, really go into, you know, the deep dive. But I don't know. I do think, you know, things have to adapt to the time. You know, obviously a lot of the carriers now have F-35s on board, which is super exciting. That also means that Marines are now on carriers. So, you know, things come and things go. We develop new shit. It's always cool. It's always cool to see see the new technology and stuff like that. I geek about that shit. But she's meant to guarantee a soft landing to jetsters, not land herself. We've watched me try to fly a plane before, might I remind you, and it was fucking abysmal. I'm gonna have to get Tony to fucking help me. It was a CIA-backed special forces group made back in Vietnam. I think that's correct. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Let me go look that up and get put on a list here. Why the fuck not? Military Assistance Command. Was this the one in Cambodia? Yes! Yeah, okay. Alright, so I didn't know the, whatchamacallit? I didn't know the acronym, but I did know somebody who was part of this, and he did not talk about his shit at all. We just knew that he was in Cambodia. And so it was assumed, and I mean, assuming can make an ass out of you and me, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that he was part of this shit. Going through some of my aunt and uncle's military records, I found out my uncle served. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. This was, someone who, someone who I knew like back in high school, an older gentleman who has since passed away, unfortunately. But yeah, super duper interesting. But he didn't really tell any stories about his service. He didn't mention it. You know, even if you asked him, he would just say, "I served in Cambodia." So we assume, we all assume that he was doing some secret fucking squirrel shit. But yeah, yep. It's a part of Project Eldest Son. Interesting. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page real quick just to get a quick little, you know. Let's see. Popular culture. Apocalypse Now, Captain Willard assigned to SOG and sent after Colonel Kurtz, who was taken. Oh, Call of Duty Black Ops. Okay, yeah, that it also appears in the sequel Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War in the single-player story campaign. God, I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign in holy shit, probably since 2012. Fuck. Interesting. Okay. Very cool. God. You know, there's something still slightly nostalgic though about those you know, being hearing those like 9-year-old kids in a Call of Duty lobby back in 2012. And the only reason I got into that shit was because of Minnesota Burns. I don't know why, I loved me some Minnesota Burns trolling videos. Just something about it just really, you know, ruffled the jimmies. Was he a teacher? My social studies teacher was a Vietnam vet, didn't talk about it much. I remember he broke down crying, talking about certain stuff. I felt so bad. No, he wasn't a teacher. He was, I mean, far gone retired. He ended up just doing, just blue collar work, odd jobs and stuff like that when he got back from the war. Me and the boys still remember MLG. Oh my god. Throwback. That and fucking machinima. A lot of teachers come from veterans. It's very, very true. A lot of my professors are veterans. Like a lot of Navy and Air Force. And then let's see. My computer programming teacher. If you guys have ever watched Young Sheldon, if you remember his engineering teacher, who made him like redesign the bridge over and over and over again, that is literally my computer science teacher in the way that guy looks, talks, acts, the way he dresses. Literally my fucking computer science teacher. Back in high school. Famous for doing sneaky special forces stuff and using lots of weird non-standard equipment and weapons, like chopping longer guns down to extremely short maneuverable and removing stuff like sights and stocks from lots of guns and learning to shoot entirely from the hip, aiming via tracers. Just practicing hip shooting enough that it was instinctive. Interesting. Vanos Gaming, yes! I think, did we bring up Vanos Gaming? We were playing Who's Your Daddy on Wednesday, Lucy and I. Yes, I remember Vanos Gaming. Vanos Gaming got me into Gang Beasts, which I also want to play with Lucy. Yes. That is how I know about Gang Beasts. God. Gang Beasts is so good. We used to play that on deployment too. I know we're old. I know we're old. That game was so fun on deployment though. We'd go down to the Hydra shop. It was ETs and then some of us ITs, and we would just play Gang Beasts until fucking 2 a.m. and then go to sleep. Wake up at 6. Um, yeah, we definitely, chat, I'm sorry, we're fucking fossils. Good, good to know everyone here's a fossil like me. Yeah, big fossil hours. I think that's why me being Enterprise is so fitting, because I always go into these throwbacks. I'm always thinking about the fucking past, bro. And not just in a spicy nostalgia way. Use communities between 21 and 49. Mentally, I think we're all in our 80s, though. Maybe physically, too. Some of us are active duty and veterans. I just know your knees are screaming. I just fucking know it. Some of us are dustier than others. Oh my goodness. God, actually, that did happen. I'm gonna have to go see the physical therapist. Fucking yay. For some reason, at night, you know, you have to go pee at, like, you know, 2:30 in the fucking morning. You, like, really gotta go pee, too. Like, it just, like, hits you out of nowhere. I got up, and, like, my knee wouldn't extend. It was super weird. It, like, got locked in, like, kind of like a, como se dice, half fucking bent, like, position. And, like, I could not, like, put all my weight on it. It fucking hurt. And I don't know what the hell happened. My knees, like, used to be fucking fine. And I would do all sorts of, like, you know, I'm getting non-skid up off the deck, like, you know, fucking scrubbing the deck. And that's probably what it was. Probably what it was is, like, I did a lot of shit where I was, like, crawling or, like, getting fucking, crawling on... This is bad. Don't ever do this. Crawling on the fucking ventilation to go, like, run cables and shit. And so, I don't know. Maybe finally just my knees have just given up. I don't really fucking know. Been there, done that, got the meniscus tear to show it. Oh. Is that something I have to fucking worry about? Oh god. I hope it's not something like that. I hope it's just like, hey, bro, like, you're just, like, really old. Like, sorry. Sorry, homie. But... yeah, so I think I might end up getting a referral to go to the physical therapist. Fun. That part of what if I go in, that was my only stipulation when I had was I get to attend jump school. Yeah, definitely don't tell them. Your tech senses are going off. Why are your tech senses going off? We were talking about tech. We were talking about the Turing test a little bit. We were talking about crypto. Why are your tech senses going off? By the way, if you guys have not met Shiplord, Shiplord is our resident tech god, tech genius. I don't know PCs that well. I'm gonna be honest. I know networks really well. I do not know fucking PCs. Shiplord is like God, the god tier of PCs. So please go thank Shiplord for helping, because otherwise my already shit scuff would be way more, you know, way more scuffy. There'd be scuffier. So everybody go thank Shiplord. Sounds like a nerd to me. We're all nerds here. I hate to break it to you. Bessie wouldn't Bessie. Yes, without Shiplord, Bessie wouldn't Bessie. So Eve is just making a new Eve 80 crypto coin. We're not launching a crypto coin, okay? I will not be responsible. Could you imagine? I don't want to be fucking liable to the FCC or some shit for launching a fucking crypto coin. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. No. Dude, we talked about that a while ago, too. Like the, what was it? The Haktua girl got hung up because she had, like, a meme coin. No NFTs. No NFTs. Oh my god, that was... Speaking of NFTs, that was, like, the most interesting, thing I ever got, was at San Diego Comic-Con. what was this? 2021. So, right after the holla. Right after the pandemic. That's what I was thinking of. Holy shit. DC Comics was handing out trading cards that were also NFTs. I never registered them. I don't think I ever will register them, but very interesting. I never thought that would ever be a thing. But yeah, I have some like DC Comics NFTs. Very strange, but yeah. Just popping it by while I look at some possible meet and greet options for CarrierCon, machine-wise. Oh! Which, by the way, if you guys... shameless fucking plug. If you guys have not seen, CarrierCon is now doing 2 whole fucking days. A whole weekend, guys. It's going to be bigger and fucking better than ever. And I am so excited. So fucking excited. Obviously, you see Shiplord putting in that fucking work to make that shit pop off. And I you know... Hey, yo, that's one more day from before. Yes, it is. 2 days of an all-out party time. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. There has been an overnight option, actually, even with just 1 day. You can stay, and you can do the ghost tour. So yes, there is an overnight option. Or there was an overnight option. I'm pretty sure they'll do it again. Don't quote me on it. I don't fucking know for sure. But I would venture to guess that yes, most likely there will be an overnight option. We'll see. But yes, that was a thing. Where you could stay on board. Haven't those NFTs actually stopped existing already? Like the pictures attached to them don't show up anymore on people's accounts or whatever? I don't really know. I never got into that whole NFT craze. I didn't even really understand how the fuck they worked. Like, it didn't make a lot of sense to me, but yeah. So you're telling me I get a whole weekend with cute military girls? Sign me the fuck up. Hell yeah. I guess that means technically, if you guys sleep over, you're having a sleepover with me too, because like my standee is gonna be on the ship. Eve sleepover. Can we get Eve 80 simulator? If I were to make a simulator for myself, it would literally just be 100 tabs open in a browser, and you can't tell where the music is coming from. If I had to make a music or a simulator based on myself, it would be fucking that. I also love running a movie on the lake. That is such a tech nightmare to think with a 100K projector. Jeez. Let's see. Cute military girls is how they get you. Yes, that's how we get you. Date everything but VFleet edition. Oh, what would I be in date everything? I mean, I'm already a ship. I'm already a ship. But what would I be if I were a household item? Like instead of a ship, it would be Bessie. Low key, sometimes I do be feeling broken like Bessie. I'm not even a fucking lie. You'd be the PC. Nah, because I'm a network person. I would be the router. I'd be the router. If I were to be anything, I'd be a router. Once I get old, like old and crumbly, then I could be a modem. Or dial-up. Yeah. Yeah, I would be the Wi-Fi. I'll be hiding in your Wi-Fi like Miku. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna drink some of my gamer subs. Also shameless plug. There's your ASMR. Can you guys hear that? Yeah. That is thirsty. Miku VFleet concert collab would go wild. Yo, it fucking would, dog. Hold on. And fucking, holy shit, it would. Oh, that's good shit. All right. I was thirsty. Hi, hello. But yeah, it would go. Listen. If Miku has no fans, it's because I'm fucking dead. I punched my ticket. Like, I love Miku. I love me some Miku. How's it going? It's going good. We're just yapping. We're yapping. I had a busy day, so it's nice to kind of unwind with y'all. So we're making VFleet an idol group officially. I told you guys what would happen if we had a production. I would be a tree or a rock. Tree number 3 in particular. I'm not a singer. I don't think I would be the visual of the group either, because it would turn into some sort of fucking interpretive dance. So, I would be tree number 3. Tree number 3. You're doing the same after some shopping? Oh, hell yeah. I had to go to the grocery store. I had to do a double trip to the grocery store yesterday, and I was fucking beat. I was beat. It's just, there's so much. I had to get so much shit. I was like, totally out. Totally out. Have some ambition, Eve. No, my ambition is to be the tree. Eve sang at some point. I stress sing while I'm gaming. Or I'll sing Hamilton with Lucy. Sometimes we sing Hamilton. Eve can be the chair that Lucy sits on. Hell yeah. I would pay. I would pay for that. So Eve doesn't have to repeat it. 10% off gamer subs with code enlisted TV. Thank you, Ship Lord. Yeah, I should have said that. I should have said. I do have a code. If you I was about, you know what, I'm not gonna say that. That's fucking horrible. I was gonna say, if you're a thirsty bitch like me. But that means something totally fucking different. Oh, God. It's more like firsty. Off topic, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't there new auditions for VFleet? I'm wondering if new characters we would get. Have we gotten a submarine yet? So auditions did, they did conclude already. I don't know who we're getting, quite frankly. I don't know. But I am super excited for whoever we do get. It will be very exciting, I am sure. But I unfortunately do not know. I am sorry. Jesus, he's phrasing. Yes. If you need caffeine, enter the forbidden hour of the day. Yes. I still have to open the... I've been having a goof juice. Goof juice so far is my favorite. Yes, they ended in May. I couldn't remember when they... God, that's so horrible. I couldn't remember when they ended. I can't believe it's fucking September. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hate submarines because Subway forgot his mayo once. Try titty milk next. People have been saying that. People have been telling me that. I don't know. I really like the goof juice. Maybe it's because I love Charlie. I love Moist Critical. But it is genuinely good. Like, I like that one. The new talent's gonna be Tony's evil brother or something. It's actually going to be the Pelican. If you know, you know. That is still the funniest shit. Adrian's Pelican War. I think it's because I didn't know about it and I got blindsided with it in chat, and then it just turned into a whole fucking 20 minutes of us talking about it. So, Eve, I hate to tell you this, but you are old. Yeah, I know. I'm not old, I just have an old fucking soul. Very fitting for being Enterprise. I is an old soul. Charlie's had some good energy powdered flavors. Oh, I didn't know about his old one. Okay, interesting. VFleet Halo win. If Helldivers can, why can't we? I gotta play some more Helldivers. Gotta play some more Helldivers. Especially after that collab. Who fucking wouldn't? Who fucking wouldn't? Speaking of things to play, what should we play? What should we play? Can we make an art piece of VFleet all being pelicans attacking our boy? Okay, I had a vision. I have a vision. That whatchamacallit? That I would make. Okay, I'm gonna go into my TikTok TikTok bullshit. Do you guys know the Sinking Town meme where all the artists were making like really cool like visuals to the, you know, Sinking Town? I was gonna make Adrian with pelicans, but I was in recovery at the time, so I couldn't sit from the computer for too long. But I really want to. I really want to. Gartic phone, we could do that. Now that we have, we have some more people who are moving into morning time slots, I do kind of want to get a collab going with people, so possibly. What did I get recently? Hold on. What did I buy recently? Oh, there was the fire simulator that I have, that I really want to get. That was announced at PAX, or like they had a big thing at PAX West. So I really want that. Everyone should go watch Legal Eagle video. The in-game Helldivers contract. Ooh, I do love me some Legal Eagle. Part of my major is also having to do a lot with legal. It's a lot of, you know, case building and legalese. So I do love me some Legal Eagle. Oh, I downloaded U-Boat. Are you guys interested if we play U-Boat? I also downloaded Command, another RTS. Command is actually used to train, whatchamacallit? La la la. Command is used to train folks in combat. Just not the version they have on Steam. But the original Killing Floor and Killing Floor 2 are on it. Holy shit, I haven't played those in fucking forever. I think last time I played Killing Floor was on PlayStation. Oh, the other thing, do you guys know Fran Bow and Little Misfortune? They announced that they're having a new game, or they're coming out with a new game. So I'm super excited for that. Can Bessie run it though? I'm going to test it. I am definitely going to test it. What is objects in space? See, I have the Steam family, so like my homies download shit and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Gotta get ready for work. Well, thanks for hanging out, Zulu. Thank you. Killing Floor is $2? Oh shit. Alright, well, I know what I'm gonna buy. I know what I'm gonna buy after stream. Stop shrimping. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm getting up. And I'm hydrating. Alright, I'm doing it. Give me a second. Oh my god. Yeah. I put a little bit too much powder in there with not enough water. Because I want it concentrated. Who downloaded? Oh, I know who downloaded this. One of the homies just downloaded Learn Japanese to Survive Hiragana Battle. Interesting. Let's see. Don't force a step. Hey. We got The Sims. I know we said that we would play The Sims. Tales of Arise. I haven't played a Tales of game. Even though they're my favorite. I really haven't played them in a while. Which is very sad. I don't have a VR headset, unfortunately. Just due to, like, having migraines and stuff like that. I can't really play... Who the fuck bought PC Building Simulator? One of the homies bought PC Building Simulator. As if we haven't built enough PCs between all of us. We also have Pacific Storm. And Pacific Storm Allies. Pilot games, because one of the homies is a pilot. We have... But the last time we played a pilot game. To be fair, I have both PC buildings. Okay, but that makes sense. That makes sense, Ship. That makes sense. These guys, they don't do that shit. They don't do that shit. At least on the regular. Last time, one of them almost had a fucking breakdown building his PC with water cooling. We also have, From the Depths. And Firewatch. Again, if anything is piquing anybody's interest, please let me know. Of course I want to play some more Star Wars. What is Democracy 3? Oh god, I know who downloaded that. Jesus. Okay. We got so many fucking random games in the library between all of us. That's why I don't do custom loops or custom migraines. Oh god. God. Surprisingly, we don't have War Thunder. Nobody in the group plays War Thunder. I played it back in 2016, so it has been a fucking hot minute, my homies. Oh, Sea Power has an update. I wonder what... Oh, it's a patch. I thought it was like a big update. Currently looking at making my PC sub 20 liters. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ship Simulator Extremes. What is this? I have to go shopping in my library at this point. Because who bought this and when? Fucking swoes. I'm just being honest. That's probably who bought it. Was the fucking swoe. This looks more like cargo ships. No, the homies are not. They're classified heroes. They're not part of. They don't stream either. They're Black Mesa. I know who got this one too. It wasn't me, surprisingly. Surprisingly, as someone who's a big Portal Half-Life fanatic, I actually did not buy Black Mesa. But yeah, if I have named anything that has interested you, we do have Baldur's Gate 3. Please let me know. We have Carrier Command Gaia mission. What is this? This looks like a super futuristic carrier thing going on here. Oh no, you're joining Lexi on Baldur's. I caught one of her Baldur's Gate streams. funny and shit. And I walked in during a fucking spicy scene. And so she had to cover it. She had to cover it with her model. I was like, oh god, that's too good. That's too good. F-16 multi-role fighter, F-22 Lightning 3. God. Carry command sounds a little on the nose. We definitely could. Are you winning, son? We're actually going shopping in my Steam library currently. I'm just naming stuff for any of y'all who want certain... Oh my god, Gary's mod. Holy shit. Throwback. For anybody who wants me to play certain games or... Because I don't go shopping here, evidently enough. Is why you get signed to the VFleet Steam alt so that you could check out some of that. I mean, yeah, I could do that too. I need to update. I need to update a lot. Wows? I would probably take over somebody else's account, to be honest. I can give them 214. Because I haven't touched WoWs in a while. I don't remember my login, to be completely honest. This was like pre-Navy Eve, so at least 7 years. So I would just go onto somebody else's account. Cause yeah. I also have like all of the Naruto games, which I've been rewatching Naruto Shippuden. Oh my god. Oh, I cry like a little bitch during Asuma's death. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. Asuma. And then like also when spoiler alert, when Zabuza and Haku come back during the Ninja War. Ugh. Sad as fuck, bro. Okay, Shiplord, I will hydrate. Kind of forgot how much you love Naruto. I love Naruto so much, I found the fucking Naruto Labubu things. I ordered all of them. They're coming in the mail. Consumerism has won again, I fear. They were just so fucking cute. I needed them. I fucking needed them. I can't believe they just threw Naruto's entire backstory out the window. I'm rewatching Naruto because I cannot watch Boruto. I'm sorry, he's a whiny bitch. I talk about this every single fucking time. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. Like, after watching Naruto, like, you know, become the ninja he is and everything, like, I don't want to watch Boruto. Sad to say. Alright, let me hydrate. Yeah, but I'm really not a fan of Boruto. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't have the same feel as Naruto. You know what I mean? Like, you get a feeling when you watch Naruto. Maybe this is just me being sentimental and shit. But like you get like this, like, or maybe it's just nostalgia. I don't know what it is. 'Cause it could be a fucking multitude of things. Yeah. I mean that 5 episodes filled completely ruins his sad no friends having kid life. Yeah. Yep. I did see news that, like, there are 4 more episodes of Naruto coming out, though. So that's exciting. Apparently they were in production during 2023 and were massively delayed, obviously, because it's 2025. But I'm so excited. So excited for that. Boruto's privilege. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Punk-ass kid, has everything in the world, and he acts like a brat. You could feel it for Naruto and his childhood. Yes. I mean, I can feel a little bit for Boruto, like, having a parent that's like constantly at work. But like, I was never the type that like acted out to fucking get my parents' attention. You know what I mean? Like, that just, to me, I don't know. That's the part that like I have trouble with, and why like I can't I can't sit through Boruto. Naruto's still going. I mean, I guess technically yes, since they're rolling out those four whatchamacallits. Ooh, excuse me. 4 episodes, but I don't know. Yes, it did become a nightmare. Oh shit, I have sub command. Speaking of submarines. Speaking of fucking submarines. Let's see. Speaking of fucking submarines. Yeah. Oh, we also have to finish playing Valiant Hearts. That is something we have to do. We should probably do that. And I also have the second one. So we have to do that. The fact that Naruto became a bad dad was some real BS given to its character. Okay, but also, to be fair, he didn't really have his dad to like model for him what a good dad would be like. Then again, he also did have characters that were father-like figures. So I don't know. It's kind of hard because like definitely during his like early developmental years when he was most impressionable, like the village fucking ignored him. Like I don't know. Him not having a dad is kind of why I would have expected him to be super clingy kind of dad, like Ichigo's dad. Yeah. But on the other hand, I do understand like why he would not be as great of a dad. If you don't really have that to model, it's kind of hard. It's an explanation. It's not an excuse. I definitely don't think I don't think ignoring your child for your job is the best thing. My philosophy, at least with like work and stuff like that, and when it comes to like work and family, is like the only people who know that you work late are your family. Nobody at the command is gonna remember that you worked late, no matter how hard you try to remind them. Trust me. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt where like I've worked overtime when like it wasn't, it was just something that needed to happen, not necessarily something that was asked. And yeah, that was like one of the things that stuck with me most. It was actually a chief who told me that, like, listen, like the only people who are going to remember that you worked late in your life was your family. So yeah, I got why it just feels like such a step backwards for his character. True. Yeah, that is very true. And like the Hokage ceremony short. Yeah. Yeah. We're talking Boruto. The manga is pretty slow and feels like Explosion City when I read it. Oh god. I haven't read the manga either. Never mind how Boruto ruined almost every Naruto character when they grew up. Oh god. I think we could have done with just like one episode where it showed everybody and like who they got married to and the kids and everything, or like a mini series. I don't think it needed a full series because I think you're right. It ended up doing more harm than good when it came to like the characters that like you grew to know and love over the course of like 500 fucking episodes, 500 plus. So I would have liked a series that was not attached to Naruto. What do you mean, like a different village? Or like have the series in a different village? Ah, yeah, okay. Then you could have like an arc in the Leaf where you get to see them. That would be good. That would be really good. You're definitely onto something. Honestly, yeah. Man, if anyone is interested in sci-fi setting, I discovered one called Project Morningstar, and it's even got TV tropes page. Oh, interesting. Hold on, let me do a quick look-see here. Let me do a quick look-see. I did start watching, I'm trying to rewatch, whatchamacallit? Oh, la la. Words are hard, man. I'm starting to get that DHL dial-up, guys. I'm sorry. We're approaching 10 p.m. and I had a busy day. So I apologize. I am trying to rewatch Star Trek, like, in chronological order. So I started watching Enterprise again, the TV show. So we'll see how long that takes me to run through. Probably will take me a while. Where old characters come up in passing, like Naruto might make a cameo because of the Leader Summit. Yes. Yeah, I think that, yes, that definitely would have done and served a lot better. And I think it would have pulled better with fans too, because like even when they were talking about the release of those 4 episodes, they mentioned Boruto and they're like, yeah, so Boruto, the sequel to Naruto, and they're blah blah blah, and then it said like, which isn't universally liked by fans. Which is so sad. It genuinely is sad. And the biggest issues I had with Boruto was that, at least for the first part, I couldn't take any danger they tried to establish seriously because Naruto was just down the street. How could I believe there's any danger to anyone? Fair. But yeah, I think it would have pulled a lot better with fans if it was done that way, and like, you know, it wasn't directly tied, and yeah, I definitely could see that. Absolutely. So even they acknowledge it. Well, this wasn't like from the creators of Naruto. No, I mean, this was like written by just like a pop culture magazine journal thing. I don't remember where I read it from. It just popped up randomly and I clicked it. So I don't remember who wrote it, but yeah, the author of the article was saying that it's not universally liked. A lot of these series make these amazing worlds that could be used for so much more after the series is over. I agree with that too. I'm trying to think of another one that like let's see. Oh goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely agree with that. One I am excited for coming out is more Mashley. I think for obvious reasons, the muscles part, just him being a gym bro. I love that. Like Bleach did the London Soul Society short series. Yes. Yeah. Kind of in the sense that, like, you know, like speaking of Mashley, because it's a parody of Harry Potter, where like it kind of goes off into like the whole New York, you know, magic society. Yeah, so I feel like that was, you know, a good pivot. They also didn't hang too long on the next generation, and I think they kind of did it right in that sense. Again, where, you know, it didn't hang on, like, yes, they showed quickly like who everybody got with and their kids and stuff like that, and so it kind of wrapped it up in a nice little bow like that, but it didn't harp on like the kids. Like, okay, now we move to a whole new storyline, you know, with, you know, new characters in a new setting, and I think that's Star Wars. Star Wars is a perfect example. Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Not huge into Star Wars, like, but I do think the part where like Star Wars lacks in that area, like a lot of the fans make up in like the extended universe, and there's a bunch of books and stuff like that for like other characters and alternate universe and stuff, you know. Still, like, there is content to kind of fill that gap, you know what I mean? Whereas like Naruto, we don't really have that. We don't really have that, like, you know, I guess super fan base that's willing to create alternate universe or alternate timeline content or books. So yeah, I think if there was like a heavy fan base for that, it would be fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Yeah, the books and extended universes kind of thing I'm talking about. A huge series like Naruto could do that. Yeah, again, it's like the thing with like the Star Wars extended universe and like that whole shebang is like it's because there's a fan base behind it, and unfortunately I don't think that like Naruto has that like huge fan base. Agent JFM, hello, how's it going? Yes, it has been a long time. D&D is another. There's so many authors that could just work within the worlds of D&D. Have almost no connecting characters. Yes. Holy shit. How are you doing? Yes, it has been a while. I haven't seen you in chat. Let's see. I do need to... Hold on. Blah, blah. But yes. They've gotten better about that recently. I'm not gonna lie, I need to follow more D&D. I was like heavy into Critical Role for a little bit, and I kind of fell off of that because of like going out to sea and deployment and stuff, unfortunately. I've been trying to be less nocturnal because you stream early for me. I'm sorry. It's late for me. It's almost 10 p.m. My grandma ass is ready to fucking go to bed. No, it's just because I did a lot more socializing than I normally do. A lot of socializing at the Mando fun. Yeah. Yep. But it was fun. I ate more hot dogs, obviously, because it was we did a little bit of a barbecue, so yeah, I did have lots of hot dogs. Lots of glizzies. SCP. Oh, yes. Oh my god, I totally forgot about SCP. But hey, what's up, Mitchell? How are you doing? I actually haven't slept. Oh god. Oh my goodness. Please, go get your rest. Go get your rest. I promise we are not yapping about anything important. I purposefully did not put anything important or like any history things on the docket for today because I knew I was gonna be kind of tired coming off of this Mando fun. I'll sleep when I'm dead. All right, okay. Okay, yes, but you need to get some sort of rest. I'm one to talk. I usually get yelled at for degen hours. I pop into people's streams at like 2 a.m. I was gonna pop into whatchamacallit. I popped into Habu Josie's and then Nini's graduation yesterday. But I was going to who else was live? Oh yes, the League collab. I was gonna pop in there too. And I was like, I'm gonna get yelled at. I'm gonna get yelled at to go to bed. D&D got more connectivity when Forgotten Realms came into canon, and even some officially recognized supplemental material has become more canon lately, like Volo's Guide to Monsters. Volo is actually BG3, which was neat. Interesting. It's better to pass out, feels better wake up. No. I used to do that for 4 years straight. Jeez, no. Okay, I do get it. Okay, I get that. But at the same time, it's not healthy. I have serious sleep issues now due to that. Which is why I get yelled at to go to sleep. I have to do this sleep hygiene thing. Besides the spicy nostalgia, which also it makes my sleep just absolutely fucking horrific. As part of that, I have to do sleep hygiene, which is basically like I have to turn everything off an hour before I go to bed, like fucking wind down. I use the VA's PTSD app. They have like guided meditation on there. It's free, by the way. Like, you don't have to be a veteran or you don't have to sign into it. So if it's something that you would like, they have guided meditation and like soundscapes on there. So I have to do some of that, some guided meditation, some visualization, that whole shebang. And I have to turn off all the screens. Now, that doesn't always work, obviously, because I fucking go into people's streams at 2 a.m. So the screen comes back on at some point. But for the initial fall asleep, I need to do quote-unquote sleep hygiene. VA ASMR. Listen, it's not what you think it is. When I hear VA ASMR, that doesn't sound very calming to me personally. But yeah, I don't know. I can't, surprisingly, I can't do ASMR. I can do guided meditation. For some reason, ASMR freaks me the fuck out. I don't know. I think it might be the spicy nostalgia. You love ASMR? Listen, power to y'all. I don't know what it is. It might be the hypervigilance. I don't know. I can't. It doesn't make me relax. Like, it puts me on fucking high alert. So, but like guided meditation, I can do that. And trust me, I tried the ASMR. I tried like the 8D or whatever. It's like, you know, I don't know. Eve ASMR would start teaching us about crypto, not the currency. Oh goodness. No cryptography. No cryptography. I'm just so over it. So oh goodness. So yeah. I'll teach you history. We could do history of crypto, but actual crypto, God. 8D isn't that great. I don't know. I tried. It scares you? Yeah, I'm gonna chalk it up to, maybe I should discuss this with a fucking therapist or something. I don't know. I'm gonna chalk it up to, it just kicks the fucking hypervigilance button. And so like I cannot chill out. I can't calm woo-saw myself. You know what I mean? So I listened to Eve talk about military history ASMR. It's actually just a joint ASMR with Animarchy and myself. I think ASMR is neat, but I've only gotten to actual ASMR response. Oh, interesting. So in your case, it would be the sound of waves. Okay, my actual ASMR was on the ship, okay? It was on the ship, hear the waves crashing. My berthing, and sometimes this scares people when I say it, my berthing was at sea level, right at the waterline. So you could hear the waves like lapping on the side of the hull, and that was quite nice. I really did like that, especially like if we weren't doing flight ops, so you didn't hear any of the flight deck going on, you didn't hear any of the fucking birds flying, you just heard the waves. It was very, very nice. I am not gonna lie. That plus the rocking of the ship, I'm telling you guys, you will never sleep better than on a fucking ship. I slept like a fucking rock. And then as soon as I got off the ship, fucking eyes wide open, can't fucking sleep. Got fucking, you know, insomnia out the ass. So it calms down your ADHD. I I wish I had something like that. I genuinely do. I genuinely do. The brain do too much braining sometimes. But yeah. At sea level, that's neat. Yeah. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I never slept better, and all of the homies agree. All of the homies from the ship are like, yo, I cannot sleep for shit now. I'm like on land. They're like, I would go on a deployment just to get that sleep again. And some of them are like contractors, so like they are able to fly back onto the ship, and so they get like that little taste of going back on the ship and getting that good sleep. But still, you know, not in the Navy doing deployments or full deployments. So lucky them. Lucky them. Gosh. Yeah. I loved it. Loved every second of it. I still think I need some time. Like getting back on a ship. I need some time. Maybe a cruise ship. Yeah, I've never been on a cruise. I always love that the military can be compared to a drug. It's Stockholm syndrome. If I'm being completely honest, it's fucking Stockholm syndrome. It's like I miss the clowns. I don't miss the circus type thing. Like, I don't miss the bullshit. But there are like certain things that I definitely miss. I for sure miss seeing my homies every single day or being stuck on a deployment with them. Even though sometimes we wanted to kick each other's asses, I still miss it. Low-key still miss it. What else? I don't miss the food. That's one thing I can I don't miss the food. I don't miss having a shit ton of maintenance hours on top of watch. I don't miss that. Yeah, definitely miss the people. I miss pulling into port and just like hanging out, having a good time. Port visits were the best. So many good stories from port visits. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Trying to think what else. I'm trying to think of something that like I miss but most people don't miss. I guess the one type of maintenance I do miss is like doing maintenance on the mast or going aloft, because like you could go aloft onto the mast, sit up there, and you're just looking over at whatever port you're in. For me it was mostly San Diego. But you could just like look out and just like see fucking everything. It's so fucking cool. Your arms are so tired after like climbing that tall ass fucking mast, but it's still a lot of fun. Spending 2 years in Sicily, I've got stories. Oh, I believe it. Oh, I fucking believe it. Oh goodness. Yeah, I unfortunately do not have any like European stories. Mainly my deployments were in the Middle East and then South China Sea. It's like Japan, Philippines, probably the funniest. Yeah, we might have time for a Philippines story. Do you guys want to hear a Philippines port story? I'm gonna take another sip. Might get to go to South America soon. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I don't have any South America stories either. Okay. So, you get your options. Actually, you know what? Let's just tell the whole fucking thing. It's 4 days worth. Alright. So, you can't pull a carrier into the Philippines. You have to anchor out because the carriers are too fucking big. And you take something called Liberty boats to and from the carrier, which is usually, I think we are 5 nautical miles out. And then the port is right in front of the big Mall of Asia. This mall is insane. It was so cool. But anyway, it's in Manila. So our Liberty radius is like the Mall of Asia, and then we could go to Greenbelt if you guys have ever been to Philippines or know what I'm talking about. And then what's that area? It started with a K, I think. And I'm gonna just, oh no, Makati. So it was basically like Manila, the port right there with the big Mall of Asia, and then Makati was where we were allowed to stay. So anyway, I had duty the second day we pulled in. So my friend and I, we were just gonna go to shore, get some food, and then go back to the ship because we needed to be in bed to take watch the next day. So we go on shore. The Liberty boats take forever. We stood in line, I want to say from 3 p.m. is when they called E5. And we didn't get on shore until 8 p.m. Like it was a lot. It was a fucking long time we were waiting in the hangar bay. Meanwhile, they had gotten reverse order Liberty call. So normally they call like the highest ranking goes to shore first. This time my captain said lowest ranking will go shore first. Hey, what's up? I'm glad to see you too as well. So anyway, my homie and I, we get to shore. We're like, damn, we got a race to go find some food before we have to be on the ship. Tell me why the fuck we find his sailor. I was in radio, he was ADP. So he was my counterpart, like, downstairs managing the network. Tell me why the fuck we pull up. We find his sailor pass the fuck out at Chili's at 8 p.m. Fucking head on the table. He's got a bucket. And I'm like, how? How in the fuck? And mind you, I knew they got to shore at, like, probably around 6. So it's only been 2 hours. And this dude is already passed the fuck out. And so, obviously, we are like, we can't just leave our junior sailor pass the fuck out at a Chili's without. So, anyway, we say, hey, guys, take his ass back to the ship. Right fucking now. Just do everybody a favor in this situation so we all have plausible deniability. Take his ass back to the ship. So, I take his ass back to the ship. He's throwing up in this fucking ice bucket. Jeez. Anyway, we go on watch. It's the 3rd day, we're in port. Cool. We go, and we're allowed to have a hotel and do, like, overnight Liberty. So I check into my room. All of our other Liberty buddies as well, because we, like, had a group of 4. They all check into their rooms, and we're like, yo, what are we gonna do? And our other homie calls us up and is like, yo, there's this really nice rooftop bar over in Greenbelt. You guys want to go? And we're like, yeah, sure. So we go over to fucking Greenbelt to this rooftop bar. Guess who the fuck is there? That's right, my friend's fucking sailor. And guess what the fuck happened? He comes up. He's got like 4 beers in his hand, 3 shots of whatever the fuck. I assume it's tequila. And he goes, Eve. Obviously it's, you know, he didn't call me Eve, but he says my last name. He's like, how's it going? And I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. I watched this man down all 3 shots and down 2 beers out of the 3. He gave the other beer to someone else. Guess what happens? Homie's passed out on the table with a fucking ice bucket, just like clockwork. Fucking, they had to get a wheelchair for this man. A fucking wheelchair. We tell his Liberty buddies again, take his ass back to the fucking ship. Take him back to the ship. We're not fucking doing this. And call us when you guys get back. Because this is fucking ridiculous at this point. Had it been anyone else, had he run into his first class or like, you know, his chiefs, that kid would have got put on fucking Liberty restriction, bro. So because of this, my buddy, speedrunner for real, holy shit, And mind you, this was like a really classy rooftop bar. So like, we're kind of embarrassed. Like, we didn't know his junior sailor was going to be there. We had no idea. So all of us are kind of like embarrassed. Like, this kid had to get wheeled out in a fucking wheelchair. Anyway, due to this, my homie has not drank this entire time because his fucking sailor's over here fucking shit up, and he's trying to keep him out of trouble everywhere he runs into him. So, the last day, he decides, alright, I'm gonna do it. The problem is, my homie, he's a runner when he gets drunk. So, I chased him all over the place, all over the fucking Greenbelt Mall, because he was just doing shot after shot of, like, lemon drops and whatever the fuck. I don't even know. This was at a bar in Greenbelt. He went into Jollibee, acted like a fucking caveman, ripping apart chicken. You know, as you fucking do, I guess. Yeah, it's a real Viking hours. The best part, though, when we got back to the ship, there were a bunch of ladies waiting at the gate. And they were trying to get sailors' attention. This happens in a few different ports, especially, like, Australia. I have homies who went to Australia who, like, girls would throw their numbers onto the ship via tennis ball. Anyway, there were ladies who were trying to get hitched, you know. They were trying to meet the one as we were pulling out of the Philippines. And he goes, hi wife, hi wife, hi wife, to all of them. And I was like, absolutely the fuck. I grabbed his collar and I pushed him through the ECP. And he goes, oh shit, sorry wife. And I was like, oh, you're fucking dead. That was fucking it. We had our other homie who's like, you actually need to shut the fuck up now. Yeah, he doesn't remember any of that. I was that if I were to sum up the Philippines into like, you know, I think I told that all in 10 minutes. Philippines in 10 minutes. That was it. That was it. It was just keeping his sailor out of trouble and then keeping his ass out of trouble when he finally decided that he was going to loosen up. I was always the type to babysit, though. I was not the type to get, you know, blackout in port. Not really my jam. I like to remember the stories because they're fucking hilarious. He did the same thing similarly in Japan. We were in Tokyo. We were in Shibuya Station. This motherfucker. He wants Wendy's. So we go to Wendy's. He gets himself some fucking fries. He's noshing on these fucking fries. Then he decides at the station that he's just gonna do some push-ups. Why? I don't fucking know. Homie starts doing push-ups and all these girls are like, kawa, you know, kakui, like, so cool. And I'm like, no, he's not fucking cool. Do not egg this on. So now he's thinking he's the fucking man. my other buddy and I are like, bro, how are we gonna get this kid back? We stayed in Shinjuku. So we were like, shit, we gotta get him from Shibuya to Shinjuku, which isn't as bad as it sounds, but with a anime protagonist. No, for real. He was having his fucking anime protagonist moment. That's a perfect way to sum that up. I think whenever I actually tell those stories, like in a more, you know, not off the rip. Like, maybe I'll edit my C stories and, like, actually do actual storytelling. I'll name it the anime protagonist story. That's so good, Mitchell. Yeah. We had to bring his fucking ego ass back down to earth. He's fucking doing fucking push-ups at the station. Oh, God. Oh. I only blacked out one Sicilian strip club. I'm glad I didn't end up catching anything. I think I I told you guys about my two sailors who ended up at a swingers bar. That was God, one last yoink, one last shoulders. We are getting to that. We are getting to that point. Yeah, yeah. So many stories. The problem is I never remember these stories until like I'm reminded of them. And that's like the shitty part is like I have to be reminded of the fuckery. Like whenever somebody's like, tell a sea story, like off rip, I'm like, shit, I went out to sea and I did stuff, I don't know. Oh god, what did you clip? Baron the clip master. Like a YouTube draw my life? Yo! That would be cool as shit, considering I can't draw. Just be a bunch of fucking stick figures. That would be good though. God. If I could, I definitely would. It's just a bunch of MS Paint characters. And they're not even like animated. It's just me like dragging them across the screen with like the select tool. We could do that. Yeah, definitely. Just get other people to draw it for you. That's true. That's true. We do have a lot of amazing artists. I can't wait to see stick figures both in PowerPoint and cartoon mode. Sailors end up at swingers bars, hilarious. Not the first time I've heard enlisted end up in one. I think last time I told this story, we were trying to figure out which swingers bar it was in San Diego, which by the way, I never want to, you know, yuck anybody's yum or anything like that. If you're into that, I'm totally cool with that. The thing is, these kids had no idea what they were getting into, and that's why it was funny. Like, they were freshly 21, decided to go out to San Diego downtown for, you know, some clubbing. And the clubs end at, you know, they close at 2 a.m. in San Diego. So they were like, fuck, we want to keep this party going. Obviously, they're fucking sloshed to shit. And, this club's promoter, they didn't know about club promoters. So this was the first, like, I had to sit them down and, like, tell them, okay, so that was a club promoter that you ran into. This club promoter comes up to them and is basically like, I know where we can continue this party. They get into the Uber that the club promoter provides them. So not only do they get into a suspicious car, they talk to a suspicious man. They have no idea what the fuck. I was like, where did the danger senses go? Like, I know you guys were drunk and everything, but, like, please, have some more fucking sense. For the love of God. And I was coming off duty, so I could have gotten this call that they were doing fuck shit while I was on duty. And so they end up at this fucking bar, and I guess the bouncer was their first red flag was like they asked if we were 18 instead of 21. And so that should have been red flag number 1. And then red flag number 2 was they walked in and they're like, yeah, there were just a bunch of people making out. And I was like, oh god. And then they're like, and then people started doing it. And that's when we realized, I was like, oh, okay, all right. And I was like, okay, guys, what did we learn? What did we learn from this? Like, we don't, you know, we don't get into Ubers provided by strange people that just come up to us and say, hey, I know where the party can continue. I was like, that is literally... I want you guys to know that is the adult version of, hey, kids, I've got candy in my van. Like, I was like, that's essentially what you guys did. You know those Navy SEALs who go on the podcast and just straight up lie? Oh, like yes. Yes. I have to be careful with those rants. I have gone on those rants before. What I call book deal seals. Yeah. But yes, I still don't know what bar they went to. Somebody said they think they knew, but we weren't sure. Because the other thing was they were too drunk to tell them, or like to tell me like where they had ended up. They thought they were on Convoy. And I was like, that's in fucking Miramar, homie. Like, are you sure you went all the way? They're like, no, maybe we did stay downtown. I don't really know. We were really fucked up. And I was like, yeah, I mean... Then I told them to rack the fuck out. excuse me, because they came on board and they were still a little schmammered, which is the gentleman's version of hammered, as coined by my sailors as well. So I was like, you guys need to rack the fuck out. Don't come up here until, you know, until cleaners. And I covered for them for quarters. I told my chief I sent them to go get a hazmat so that they could, you know, have a little bit more time to sleep in. God, now I can imagine who's your daddy moments, but the Navy version. No shit, there was knee deep on body parts and grenade pins. Oh goodness. Alright guys, well I had a fuck ton of fun just yapping and unwinding with you guys. I am gonna send you over to Josie, who is having her subathon still and her partner push, so I really hope that you guys can go support her. Even if you can't sub or anything, please just show up and chat if you can. Obviously, take care of yourselves. You know, don't if you've been sitting here for a while, go get some snacks and shit. But you know what I mean? You know, go support her, go show her some love. I really hope she makes partners soon and reaches all her goals. But anyway, okay, let's do our thing. Liberty call, liberty call. Remember, don't make a life, don't take a life. Don't add or subtract to the population. If you're driving, don't drink. If you're drinking, don't drive. Does sitting for 14 hours count? Go stretch. Go fucking stretch. Holy shit. If you're driving, don't drink. If you're drinking, don't drive. And call a buddy. Donate to a ship museum. That whole thing. I'm missing one. Fuck. Oh. We do this every stream and I always fuck this up. You know what? Yeah. We're just... Oh, yes. If you find yourself in jail, establish dominance as quickly as possible. And I will see you guys next week. All right. I'm going to send you over. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.